So I've got a couple of things going on today. I went back to where I went yesterday fishing and I ended up getting 3 trout, which I'll show you in a minute. And I'm also going to be cooking them on the outside in a cast iron pan, of course, with the Camp Chef stove that I purchased from Cabela's, I don't know, 10 or more years ago, and I hardly ever use it. So it'll almost be my review. It's almost like it's new. So I ended up going back to Howell's Pond where I went yesterday. I used a silver Phoebe this time instead of the gold Phoebe, and I ended up getting 3 pretty quickly. So the nice looking trout, I think. So I was talking to Bob. It looks like they are brook trout, which is cool. So I think they're going to be good eating. I'm going to cook up 2, and I'm going to have one I'm going to put one into the freezer. Also today I was doing some maintenance on my canoe. I was putting urethane on, or spar urethane on, all the wooden parts of my canoe. Let's take a look at that. So I purchased this a long time ago. It's probably 20 years old or more. So it's the Old Town Penobscot 16. I wanted to get new seats for it, but it looks like everything's out of stock because all of a sudden everyone wants to be an adventurer and everyone's buying canoes and kayaks. So this is it. I had to fix it because it's broken here. So I put wood under it, and we have cushions when Carmen and I do our canoeing. So these are actually, this isn't the original. This I made out of maple and have a spar urethane on it. This one also is from maple because they just rotted out completely. And this one I redid myself, but you can see it's already tearing here. It's all about fishing. So let's see the fish. This is the fish. They're in the water that I took them out of at the pond. I think the brownness is because of the vegetation around there and the tannins and all that into the soil. So I'm going to go ahead and clean these babies and get them ready for the frying pan. So they've got really good color. The guy in the middle looks like he's I think he's saying, "You're an asshole for catching me," but that's okay. So got the utensils, got the sharpener, and got the knives. Gonna go ahead and get these guys ready for the frying pan. Alright, here I go. Tails too, just because they take up room in the frying pan. These are slippery little buggers. Oh, shit. Okay, that's not mine. All right. Now we've got to slit up. Jesus. Oh, get back here. There we go. It's kind of like from the bum to the end there. There's nothing like having fresh fish. So we got a black bear in the area. I'm sure he's already smelling this. He broke one of the feeders I have, and he gets into the trash. So I want to get rid of all this black crap that's on the spine here. I gotta get some water. Unfortunately, right now there's where I live, it's like a cut through to certain areas, so the traffic becomes a little more pronounced than during the day. We'll get through it. All right, I need to wash these suckers off. I'm gonna go into the house and clean them out. What I use with my fish is I end up putting them in an egg wash, which is, I get two eggs here. We got a farmer down the street, and the eggs are awesome. I also use some flour. You can use gluten-free or just regular. Have some salt and pepper, and then I use a spice from Penzeys. It's called Northwoods. That seems to go really well with fish. But do whatever you like. Just kind of dredge it in here, get it all inside and out. And this is easy to do around the campfire too. If you are the one who's designated camp chef, which is a huge responsibility, I must say. There's really not much neat about it. Okay. We've got our fillets, well, they're not fillets, our hunks of fish ready. So now, though, we need to put together the Camp Chef stove, and that runs on propane. It's very handy. It's very durable. So let's go ahead and get that thing together. Okay, so it comes in a nice, well, you have to buy it extra. It comes in a carrying case, and as you can tell, this is dusty as heck. Haven't used this thing in years. So we've got the burner, which is heavy duty cast iron stuff. This is the windscreen. We don't need that today. We've got the 4 legs. So just slide it on the legs, tighten up the thumb screw. They've got to see, it's very easy to get going. That's for sure. it's already ready to go. That's pretty simple. If you needed it, these just clip on. I'm gonna go ahead and get, I'm just gonna use one burner, this burner going. You push it in a little bit. It's already going. Now that's hot. Okay, so this is the 2-burner Explorer by Camp Chef. You can go ahead. Okay, BTU max output is 60,000. That's pretty hot. So you can go ahead online, look at it if you want. Something that you can use around the camp. So I'm going to go get one of my cast irons. I'm going to be using a number 8 cast iron. I've got an old Lodge, and I also have a Field Brothers. I'm probably going to be using the Field Brothers today. No particular reason. Okay, so I told a little bit of a white lie. I'm using my old Lodge. This is something that I got from a antique store, and it was all caked with junk. It looked horrible, so I just cleaned it off, and I ended up going through the process of reseasoning it, and this thing's like brand new. I just use olive oil, sometimes coconut oil. I'm not really partial to anything. Whatever works. So we're going to test for it. If it's hot, you just kind of grab the edge, the end. Yeah, it's getting hot. I've got my pot holder, Life is Good, John and Carmen. So it's got pictures of us here that I got for Christmas this year. Awesome gifts. Pictures just, you know, pictures are around forever. I'm gonna get the camera closer so you can hear the sizzle. Of course, there's a plane coming. Here we go. Oh yeah, we got the sizzle. Oh yeah. So this isn't really perfectly level, but that's okay. Let that sizzle for a while. Cast iron to me is the best. It's got a good even cooking temperature. Once it gets to a certain temperature, it just stays there, as opposed to the other lighter metals. Cast iron's been around forever. Our pioneers found that it worked for them, so I think that it works for us also. And this stove is one thing good about the stove, it's a double burner. You could be doing your vegetables over here while you're doing your meats. Works out very well. I'm going to go ahead and flip it. Ooh, yeah. Also, you need some rice, mashed potatoes, corn on the cob, vegetables, salad, pretty much anything. You can't beat fresh fish. So I caught this a couple hours ago. It's been in the water ever since. So these things are still relatively fresh. It's not like if you go to the store, you don't know how long it's been in there. Put some butter in there. I'm not sponsored, but I recommend Kerrygold butter. Best tasting butter around. There we go. Everything's better with butter. I'm going to go ahead and turn it again. So right now it's looking like it's done. I'm going to go ahead and flip it one more time for just a few minutes, and then I'm going to plate it up. Well, I'm only going to put it on a plate. I'm not going to plate it up. Alright, so here we go. There's our freshly caught trout. Add whatever you want to it. It's going to be a delicious meal, and knowing that you went out there and caught it yourself, that just makes it extra special. So Camp Chef stoves. I think they're awesome. They're very portable, they're durable. You can spend a lot of time on just one of these big 20 pounds of propane. You can do a lot of cooking. So if I was to be a Camp Chef somewhere, I would say this is definitely a good stove to be doing your dirty deed. Cooking is a huge undertaking when you're camping. I use it when we go camping. Carmen and I go camping. I use a Coleman stove. It's not always the greatest. It's not even heat. Everything's very close together, so you get a very hot center and a cool outer part. So this is something that's a little bigger. It just disperses the heat a little more, and definitely with the cast iron it works very well. So in my eyes, the Camp Chef Explorer is a thumbs up. Keep cooking and keep camping. I'll see you next time.